by me? Oh, not at all. Did you stand by me? No way. But all the time when we were close, well, I remember these things the most. Hello there, Tony here once again, and a nice warm welcome to my shop. Today's project, I'm going to attempt a goblet with a couple of captive rings. I'm just going to make it from a piece of yew. I'm not sure what it's going to turn out like, but should be okay, hopefully. So what we'll do, we'll mark it up, find the two centres, get into the lathe, and we'll round it off. Right, I've got it turned down, got it as smooth as possible. As I always say, I think the best thing that makes it look better is the 2/3 rule again. So we'll just straighten that end off, and altogether it's 7.5 inches. So we'll mark off 2.5 inches, and that will be the physical drinking vessel end. The short stem, we will try and put 2 captive rings on. I'm not sure whether we can do it, but we'll have a go. And the reason that I say that we'll put 2 on, what I find, if I ever want to give a wedding present, it's an ideal wedding present. What I always tell people is, with the 2 rings, if anybody can get them 2 rings off without breaking them, then they will be able to ruin the marriage. So while them 2 rings are on there, which they'll never ever come off, that marriage will be strong and stable, and it seems to go down a treat. So if you're thinking about a nice wedding present to give to somebody, this is the ideal gift. The ladies love it, well, gentlemen do as well, but to be perfectly honest, the ladies, it seems to go down well with ladies rather than the gentlemen. What we'll do, we will shape this in. Before we start on the thin stem, we will make the drinking vessel end, or the open end. Then we'll have the stem with the 2 captive rings, and then the base, and then we'll part it off from the base. But I like to keep it all as solid as possible while we hollow this part out. Obviously it's a nice strong piece of wood. If you take that down first, you're going to weaken the wood itself. So we'll get this end first, then we'll think about thinning it out here and making the thin stem.
Right, I've got that shaped off, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take this down so it's less than the collar, or the bottom collar, so that the rings won't slide off. Then what we're going to do is we'll make 2 captive rings, and just in case one does snap, we can always try and leave a little bit further down in case one snaps, because they are quite brittle. What I have done here, just to steady it, and we have to go really careful, I've just put a tennis ball in there, and just took the centre out. Trust me to drop it, so it's not a sharp object onto it. So we'll put that in, put slightest little bit of pressure on that.
First failure coming up now. I think I should have realised by this time it was time to abandon it, as the cracks were far too deep.
There's no way that we're going to get any captive rings on this one. As you can see, we've got severe cracks appearing, so there's no way that we're going to be able to get any captive rings on. So at least you can see I do put failures on as well. So I think what we will do now, we will just make it into a thin stem goblet. We'll shape it all around now, and then we'll forget about the captive rings. I promise I will do another captive ring. One, obviously not made with this particular one because there's just too many cracks in it. You can see they're just going to shatter. So we'll crack on, and we'll make it out of this one. Now that it's starting to dry out that little bit, you can see this very airline cracks in it. So although I think it's going to be a failure, it might turn out okay, but we'll see how it goes.
Failure number 2 coming up. I should have definitely realised at this point that it was too dangerous to carry on. Good job I had my full face helmet on. Please excuse my voice as I'm full of cold.
Well, I think we're going to have to abandon this. It's a bit of a shame because you got a nice bit of grain on there. However, it's just too dangerous. You can see the cracks that's appearing. There's bits coming off all over. Good job I had my face shield on, which I always do. But you can see that there is just developing cracks. So that's going to have to be my first failure of all the videos. But I think it's nice to see when people do get failures and the reasons for them. So we'll have to try it with another piece of material. Until next time, thanks very much now. Bye.